After days of protest, the cries of a grieving family, and the emotional burial of young Adriana Young, the Commissioner of Police, Clifton Hicken, has finally spoken out. His remarks came during the commemoration of 186 years of service by the Guyana Police Force, a force currently under intense public scrutiny. Commissioner Hicken outlined his leadership strategy since assuming office, stating that the force has been operating under a structured, strategic plan.
I'm Anthony Hicken, and I'm the Commissioner of Police. I decided as a Commissioner of Police, immediately after I would have sent the Commissioner on this the 30th of March 2022, I decided that the force cannot operate ad hoc. And so we decided that we were going to have a strategic plan that guides the force in the direction we wanted to go. Immediately, I summoned the ALT and we started with the strategic plan. We argued, we fight, but eventually we got through the strategic plan. The 6 pillars are basically developing our human partnership, infrastructure, operation, professionalism, accountability, and professionalism. Performance, accountability, and professionalism. Those are the 6 pillars. Coming out of the 6 pillars, we have standardized in terms of work plans across the force. And so from the constable to the commissioner understands what is the direction in terms of the strategic plan, and this is how the force will run.
He further acknowledged that the behavior of some police officers may have been influenced by the poor conditions of their working environment. And to address this, the Commissioner introduced standardized blue and white police stations across the country.
Coming out of that, infrastructurally, we did some visits across the regions and we realized that the police are behaving how they were behaving because the stations aren't conducive for them to optimize the full potential. And so we decided that we were going to have minimum standard buildings across the force, standardized of course, blue and white. And if you pass across the 10 administrative regions of Guyana and the 12 administrative regions of the force, you're going to see what is not completed yet, is at an advanced stage of completion, or is completed already. And so that has the ramp, the child-friendly spaces, the one-way mirror. It has the capacities in terms of international best practices, and we're working in that regard to maintain it and to have a friendly atmosphere. Members of the public can come in and they can feel friendly with the police, and so we're getting more.
In a move toward modernization and convenience, Hicken highlighted that the distribution of Guyanese passport has now been decentralized, making access easier for citizens across regions.
And we continue to develop capacity in that regard. You know, we have 10 administrative regions, and the regions that are close, they're comfortable. But what about the regions, Region 1? What about Region 8? What about Region 7, Region 9? Even to Region 10. Those people have to come to Georgetown to acquire services. And when they are coming to Georgetown, they're spending a lot of money, 10 times more than they're paying for the package that they're coming to Georgetown for. And so we decided that we're going to help these people out. Now we decided the first thing we're going to do is look at the passports. Over the years, we've been decentralizing passports, but we continue to move in a more alacrity stage, meaning the immigration officer is testing the amount of passports given across the regions. And what we're doing now, we've decentralized that, and so it's going straight back to the home instead of people spend money to come to Georgetown.
The force has also implemented a standard operating procedure (SOP) for the use of stun guns, aligning with international standards for non-lethal force.
Of more recent though, we did an SOP that deals with stun gun. Why we're using stun gun is because we want to comply with the use of force continuum. We hadn't that, and so our use of force continuum could not have been represented properly. But now we have this stun gun, we can use that rather than using force against, lethal force against members of the public.
He can emphasize accountability, stating that if a police officer is not wearing a body camera, they should not be stopping civilians. Traffic officers, he said, are to control traffic, not to stop or harass the public unnecessarily.
The body camera gives transparency between the police and the public whenever they speak. And so, you know, my instructions are very clear. Persons must not stop if the rank does not have a body camera. If there is a roadblocks supervised by officers and the rest of it, where we expect everybody to stop to comply. But one police or two policemen, traffic, of course, without body camera, they're not supposed to be stopping anybody. Their duty is to control the speed to ensure that we have less fatality. And so, yes, they're benefiting from it, but it's going to it's going to impact on them within the near future.
Commissioner Higgin closed his remarks by reminding citizens that they can report concerns directly to him, the executive leadership team, or any divisional branch commander. In his words, if there's an issue, come straight to the top.
No police is above the law. Similarly, no civilian is above the law. We have the commissioner of police, you can come to me. We have the ELT, you can go to them, the divisional branch commanders, and every station. Why? I've placed it as a policy, open door. Everybody must access the public, and the public must access the police at their levels. Very importantly for us, we have the PAC, meaning the Police Complaint Authority, that deals with when members of the public and the police are at refer, but more importantly, the Office of Professional Responsibility. They're dealing with reaching of SOPs and OPRs and the rest of it. And so if there's an issue with members of the public, let me just assure you, and if all the others fail, just stick with me. Come to the commissioner's office and I'm going to ensure it.
This is Dunstan Wilson for News Guyana 24, keeping it real, raw, and relevant. And remember, the tape never lies.